Hi everyone, it's Kelly here from twinflameawakenings.com, and if you don't know me, I help people like you who are going through that twin flame process, no matter what stage you're at, to reduce the really challenging signs and symptoms that are coming up and deepen your connection with your twin flame to clear the blocks and help you reach union much faster. And we're doing that today. So the video we're talking about today is the worst advice you could possibly get in your twin flame journey and why it's so detrimental to the process and how you can avoid it at all costs. So it's going to be jam-packed, and if you guys have any questions, please do let me know below. Now, most people in the spiritual community tell people who are going through the twin flame experience to use spiritual items and spiritual practices so that you can connect more deeply with your twin flame, so that you can ease the difficulty and the sort of signs and symptoms, the really difficult signs and symptoms that come up as part of the process. That is the worst advice you could possibly get, the worst advice you could get, because using any sort of spiritual item or spiritual practice during the twin flame process is only going to further stimulate your already overcharged, volatile twin flame awakening energies. It's going to result in an immediate imbalance. I'm going to break this down in a minute. And an increase in the negative symptoms, so intense emotions, issues coming up for healing and clearing, coming up way too fast, getting overwhelmed, feeling lonely and incomplete, feeling anxiety, overwhelmed, you name it. The difficulties start to really amp up when you use things and processes that stimulate or affect your energies even further. It causes what I like to call the twin flame electrified effect, right? And I'm going to break this down for you. So when you begin the twin flame process, and that doesn't matter what stage of it you're at, because some people meet their twin flame in the physical, some people sense their twin flame energetically, some people pick up on their twin flame through meditation or connecting spiritually. There's tons of different ways that the twin flame process could start for you. It might just be that you have discovered the concept of twin flames and you just know. You don't know who the partner is, you don't know where they are, but you just know, okay? Regardless of how that happens, right? The pathway is still the same. When you go through the twin flame experience and you start to connect into that twin flame energy, it is like, how can I put this? It's like a mobile phone charger with no mobile phone attached to it, just the plug getting put into the wall and switched on. Okay, so you start to get this influx of intense energy, and it's like, whoa, you start to get electrified. You start to notice that your energies are practically buzzing. There's an increase, this heightened awareness of energy. Then what happens is you understandably do what most people guide us to do. You start using crystals, you start using incense, you use essential oils, maybe you do some yoga, you do some meditation to connect with your twin, you use energy healing, you do all the things that we all know and love, and I know and love them too. We do all those things and it charges us even further. So think of that electrical plug socket in the wall, it's switched on. There's no phone, there's no mobile phone at the end of it. It's just charging, heating. You know, everything's getting more intense. There's more electricity coming in, but there's no way to ground it, no way to anchor it. Before you know it, it bursts into flames and this thing is on fire. Okay, that's what the twin flame electrified effect is. You need to be so careful and gentle with your energies at this time. They are volatile, they have no idea what's going on, and they are deeply distressed. And anytime you use any sort of spiritual item, you will only intensify that process further. Okay, so I'm going to explain a bit more about that and what you need to do. And I can see some people have joined us live, so hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, I really appreciate it. Okay, so what you need to do instead is you need to temporarily avoid all the energy stimulating items and practices in order to allow your energies to decompress, to regulate and to stabilize the connection of your union. Then, because there's 2 steps to this, then you need to actively teach your energies how to remain stabilized while connected to your twin flames energy, because they don't know how. You need to teach your energies how to function correctly with these new super high frequency twin flame energies in place. They don't know how to process the energy. It's like, I don't know how to deal with this in this lifetime. I don't know what to do. Okay, so that's what throws us out of alignment, out of balance. And the problem with that is it really just sets you back to zero over and over and over again. And then I have people coming to me and saying, I don't know why union is taking so long. I don't know why we just can't get it together, or I can't get him to speak to me, or whatever it is. Okay, this is one of the reasons why. It's because your energies continually get overstimulated. You don't need to raise your vibration. You are already in a state where your frequency is higher than it's ever been before in this lifetime. That's why your body, your mind and your energy are struggling with it. It's already so high frequency, okay? So you don't need to do anything else to raise your vibration, certainly not in order to connect with your twin. So what you need to do, like I said, is you take a break from any sort of energetic stimulants. It's like the phone charger in the wall is starting to heat up. In order to get it to cool down and for that process to stop, you need to unplug it. And you need to wait a little while till it cools down. Okay, it's the same thing with our energies. You need to remove yourself from spiritual items, spiritual practices, let your energies decompress and reground. And it takes a little while, just like that charger coming out of the wall. It takes a little moment. And when your energies start to calm, then you need to program them. You need to teach them how to process the twin flame energies. When they don't know, everything spirals out of control. That's what happened for me. That's why I know this, because I've been through it. And I know that it can take you a very long time to continually try to raise your vibration. It gets too high, it gets imbalanced, you fall back to zero. Then you try to climb back up and you try and get it back together, and you try to connect with your twin and you fall back to zero. And what's actually happening is you're on a hamster wheel. You think you're moving towards your twin flame, you think you're working on your stuff, but the guidance we've been given is so wrong that all it's really doing is continually taking you back to zero. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair, because twin flames try really hard to move through their stuff. And I don't want people to go through this anymore, because there's no need for it. Absolutely no need for it. So it's important that you start to really take care of your energies so that you can connect with your twin, so that you can stabilize the connection. And that then means not only are you going to clear the blocks to your union, but you're also going to create a situation where when you do reach union, you'll stay in union. People think when they finally get together with their twin, that's the end of the story. It's not. Believe me, I'm working with clients all the time. It's not the end of the story. You get into union with your twin flame and then stuff really comes up. And I know, because I've been through it. I've been with my twin flame for about 7 years now. It's then your stuff comes up and it's like, oh gosh, we've got even more to work with. Okay, you want to make sure your energy is so stable that when you finally connect with your twin, there's no need to keep pulling you apart again. There's no need for things to get so unstable that you have to take a breather to come back together and start trying again. It's a more solid approach, and it's healthier for both of you, and it saves your sanity. It really does, because I know how challenging the twin flame process can be. It can really take you to some upsetting and scary depths. It can really make you question if you're losing your mind, and you're not. It's not you that's the problem, it's just the current approach that you're using. The advice is all wrong. That's all it is. So I hope that this helps you to understand a bit more about the twin flame process and how you can actually move forward. We teach, oh sorry, I've got a little bit more to share. When you do that, I need to talk about the benefits. When you do that, you're going to shift the way that your energies respond to your twin flame connection. So you're going to feel connected, but not crushed. You're going to know within your soul, that inner knowing that says, I know I have a twin flame, I know I'm connected to my twin flame, but you're not going to feel messed up and traumatized, because that's what usually happens. You're going to be calm, centered. You're going to have balanced emotions, which is a very difficult and rare thing to come upon in the twin flame journey until you know this advice. You're going to have a sense of your connection in the heart without the heartache, because that's usually the problem for us. We feel it, but it is agony. It really hurts. You're going to process emotional issues, which are actually the energy blocks between both of you, with ease and with grace. So that means without a meltdown, which quite often happens on the twin flame journey. We're constantly in that really intense emotional energy. You'll be able to lovingly think about your twin without losing yourself to the thoughts. You know, when it goes kind of like racing thoughts, it becomes quite obsessive. It's like an energy, it won't stop. Well, it's about finding a way to balance that where you can enjoy it without losing yourself. And also you're going to be able to trust in the connection and its ultimate union, no matter what stage of the journey you're at. There's a sort of, there's a centeredness. The soul starts to calm down, because what your soul's doing right now is get with your twin, hurry up, time's running out, the alarm's going off to make sure that you're motivated to find your twin, to connect with your twin. And you really need to find a way to just tell that, to just, I hear the message, but I got it. So let's just calm that down for now so that I can focus on the task at hand and really move towards your twin. If you do these things in the right way, not only is this going to change things, I mean, this could change things literally within a few days to 2 weeks. This usually makes a huge difference. But if you do these things right away and you make sure that you're avoiding all those energy stimulants and you're teaching your energies the right way to do it, which I'm going to explain more about in another video, you're going to find that things change very quickly. But in a year from now, you're going to find that your energies are going to be calm, they're going to be steady, your emotions are going to be balanced, and you'll be able to live a happy life without the twin flame energies constantly derailing you all the time. Your twin flame connection is going to be the clearest that it's ever been. It's going to ensure the perfect foundations to support twin flame union, whenever that divine timing might be. Okay, and it also means that you're moving through it as quickly as possible, because you're not constantly having to reset and go back to zero to start climbing again and reset back to zero, which is what happens to twin flames for years, unless you really apply the right approach here. So it'll be more swift because, like I said, you're not continually going to be imbalanced and derailed and starting from, zero again. And you're really going to notice that you can live a normal, healthy, happy life without all the overwhelm, without the meltdown emotions, without, all the anxiety and all the painful emotions that come along with the twin flame journey. Hi to those who have joined us live. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. You're going to be in control of your twin flame experience instead of it letting it control you, and sporadically connecting and then disconnecting, because that's what happens. It's like, I'm connecting, I can feel my twin, and then it gets too intense, and there's a reason why it has to almost unplug, it has to disconnect you. And it's that cycle that's so challenging and painful. You're constantly connecting to disconnect, and that's painful and upsetting as well. So we want to get you out of that space. Now, we teach all of this and more in my signature course, the Twin Flame Foundational Energy Clearing course. It's a course of energy healing downloads to reduce your most difficult twin flame challenges, signs and symptoms. It's going to clear your energies, clear the blocks, and it's going to deepen your connection with your twin flame in just 7 days, no matter how bad it's been, no matter how long you've had challenges, no matter how long this journey's been going on. And it includes a coaching community where you get direct access to me, and you can ask your most pressing and difficult twin flame questions, and you can get that expert guidance specifically tailored to you and your union fast. Now, the doors open in about 7 days time, so if you want to get on the wait list, you can be notified when we launch by clicking the link below. I hope to be supporting you in your twin flame journey very soon, and have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Bye.